benefits, we also have to talk about all the people who are caught up in the middle of this, right? The whole country. Hundreds of thousands of people whose last paycheck was a month ago, now worried their next one might be a long way off.
This is probably, I believe, my third furlough that I'm going through while being at TSA. The other ones didn't last as long, and I didn't have as much responsibility. I can manage just me and my wife, but I have a son to provide for.
I could really only do, survive 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 2 at the most, before I'm evicted.
I'm out here to perform a safety function to help the folks out and to keep the aviation industry safe. But I would like to be compensated for it.
Joining me now, Kevin Bolger, a furloughed EPA employee. Kevin, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Now, I know your wife is a preschool teacher, but you've told us that you are the primary breadwinner for your family. Can you talk about what your biggest, sort of most immediate concern is right now?
Well, right now it's a lot of medical bills coming in from surgery that I had back in October. We have our usual utility bills, and then of course property taxes. They're probably coming in any day now. So it's a long struggle.
And many federal workers do live paycheck to paycheck. A lot of folks do across this country. The majority of Americans do, in fact. Is that the situation you find yourself in? How long do you think you can sustain this?
Well, at this point we're dipping into savings. My last paycheck was $500, and that was more than most people got. Many got $0 in the last paycheck. So I think maybe a few weeks before that you have to really call this.
What do you mean, call this?
In terms of cutting this shutdown, at this point.
You say that this is the worst shutdown that you've experienced, that you've been through. Can you explain why this one feels different?
Well, this one is because there just doesn't seem to be any end in sight. We don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I've been through many shutdowns over the past 35 years, but this is the one where I can't see any end in sight.
I imagine that's frustrating.
It is. It's demoralizing. I think a lot of federal employees have been vilified over the last number of years, and this is just one more thing on top of it.
Can you find another job? Can you get other sources of income?
Well, technically, I would have to ask my employer, my management, to approve certain types of jobs. If let's say I work for the Environmental Protection Agency. If I wanted to have some type of job in that field, that would be kind of hard. If I wanted to go get a retail job, who's going to hire you when they don't know how long you're actually going to be taking that job for? You can't go to unemployment,
right.
Or you could, but you're going to since the president signed the bill to give back pay, most states' unemployment agencies are going to tell you, well, you're going to get paid back, so it's not worth even filing.
Let me ask you this, because the senator who represents you, your senator, Dick Durbin, was actually on this show a couple of minutes ago, and we asked him the same question we've been asking all the lawmakers who've been on the show about whether they are accepting paychecks during the shutdown, given the situation that folks like you find themselves in. I want to play for you what Senator Durbin had to say. You are getting paid during the shutdown. What do you do with your paycheck?
Well, of course I'm getting paid during the shutdown.
So are you donating your check or not?
No, using it as most Americans do to pay their bills.
Kevin, what's your reaction to that? What do you make of that?
Well, I can't really expect somebody to be forced to give up their paycheck. Even Senator Durbin.
Right.
I think he's been trying to do the best he can under these circumstances, and I've even spoken with his staff recently, because I've written letters to all of our senators and Congress people here in Illinois. To basically do whatever you can do to end the shutdown.
Okay. Kevin Bolger, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. We're thinking of you and your family. We appreciate it. After the break, we are going beyond the Beltway to Iowa, talking to Congressman Steve King's people, the folks